Hey you guys, it's Kamisha and welcome back to the channel. I'm here to review the Baccarat Rouge 540 perfume and let you guys know what my take on the perfume is and let you make the decision if you feel like this purchase will be worth it for you. Now, before we get into actually how I feel about the perfume, I do want to give you a little bit of information and background about the Baccarat Rouge 540. So this perfume actually came out in 2015, so it has been out for a little bit of time. So if you are a fan of this brand, then you probably have purchased it when it first came out, or if you are a fan of fine fragrances, you probably knew about this perfume sooner than now. But I will say within the past 2 to 3 years, the Baccarat Rouge has become very, very popular. And I don't know what has made it pop the way it has. I could contribute it to social media. I could say that it's been just exposed for a couple of years and it's reaching its peak time. But this is a very, very popular fragrance. Now, some people say that this is overrated, but I don't always associate a popularity with it being overrated because it all depends on if you feel like this perfume is worth it to you. If it's worth it to you, then you definitely wouldn't feel like it is overrated because it may just be living up to what everyone says about it. So the top notes of this perfume are saffron and jasmine. So top notes is what you smell when you immediately spray the perfume. The middle notes of the perfume are amberwood and ambergris. The base notes are fir, resin, and cedar. Okay, so now that we've got all into the base behind when it was formed and all the facts, I'm gonna tell you my take on the Baccarat Rouge. So I personally actually just discovered Baccarat Rouge last year. So I didn't know about it in 2015, but when I first smelled this perfume at the Lenox Mall in Atlanta, I was like, wow, this smells really good. The first time I actually smelled it at the mall in Atlanta, the funny thing about this was the tester was pretty much empty. Like they had the other fragrances of this same company out and they were almost full or like halfway, but the Baccarat Rouge 540 was like empty. And the salesperson who was helping me out was like, I have another one back here that I can spray for you. When I first smelled this fragrance, I was like, wow, it really does smell amazing. So the bottle is pretty heavy. It actually has a very thick glass bottle that's pretty weighty when you hold it in your hand. It has a gold top. We love a gold top. And it has the initials of the company right here on the front. As you look at it, you know, it really speaks to a very classy, elegant aesthetic because you have the clear bottle with the red background and the gold font. So it's all around elegance. You know, there are certain things that says luxury. There's certain things that says fine. There are certain things that just says elegance, and this bottle definitely is giving that all the way. As far as the smell, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my take on it when it comes to 1 out of 10. I'll say 1 out of 10 when it comes to longevity, when it comes to the smell, when it comes to the scent throw, or what you would call the scent trail. And just kind of tell you what I feel about that. So for me with the smell, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10. I personally love the way that the Baccarat Rouge 540 smells. I believe that it's very pleasant. It's not overbearing. It is not one of those super strong smells that when you spray it, you're like, ooh, that's a lot. This actually is very, very pleasant. It's like when you walk into a room, people will not smell you when you walk into a room, which I think is good because I don't think that, for me personally, as a lady, when you first walk into a room, you want everyone to be able to smell you. I think that people should be in a safe distance of you, a safe space to be able to smell your perfume, for it to be pleasant and not overbearing. So that is what I love about this. Now, as far as longevity, I will give this a 9. Because this does last a very long time. And the only reason why I don't really give it a 10 is because, like I said, it's not a very strong smell. It is pleasant, it's present, but it's not super strong. So I give this a 9 when it comes to longevity. I put this on this morning, probably around 10 a.m. and it's around 8 p.m. right now, and I can still smell it on myself, and I did not even put a lot of it on. I'm the type of person, I just like to spray it here, and then I like to hit my my points, like on my neck, on both sides behind my ears, sometimes on my chest. I don't really like spray it all around me. Sometimes I may spray it in my hair, but it just depends on where I'm going and what I'm doing. So I don't want to be like overkill, but it does last a long time. I will say that, especially also, here's a tip. If you are very sensitive to fragrances, but you want it to actually last all day, have someone spray it on your back so that way it can leave like a nice lingering trail. It won't be so much in your nose and in your face to make you uncomfortable, but then like when you enter a room or you leave a room, it can linger. Also, another tip is to put it on your clothing. The only thing I would say to realize when you do put fragrances on your clothing is that it is going to stay there. So if you are a person who's not going to wash a particular item every single day, for example, if you spray the perfume on your coat and you don't wash your coat every single day, I don't think any of us does that. So just keep in mind that if you spray like the Baccarat Rouge 540 in your coat today, but tomorrow you plan on wearing another fragrance, then that may mix, you know, smells that you don't want, and you're not going to get the true smell. So I would avoid spraying it on items like blazers, coats, or items that you are going to wear throughout the week multiple times that are not going to be washed daily. So what does this actually smell like? For those of you watching and you're thinking about, should I buy this? What does it actually smell like? Because I've given you the notes. I've given you the top, medium, and bottom notes. But I'm just going to be real. This smells like elegant cotton candy to me. This gives an elegant, very fruity, but sweet, charming smell. And I absolutely do love it. Now, there are other smells out there that are actually really close to the Baccarat Rouge 540. But I will say, even with those dupes, I do not believe that they actually meet the mark. So I have heard that Cloud by Ariana Grande is actually a very close dupe. So if you do not have the budget or the funds or whatever the case may be for this one, then Cloud by Ariana Grande is also a good dupe. I've also heard of some others, but I'm not going to name them all because they vary from different locations, different brands to different stores. But, you know, if you're really looking for something that smells similar to it, all you have to do is a Google search and do Baccarat Rouge 540, copy, dupe, whatever you have it. But for those of you who want the actual authentic real thing, I'm telling you that I feel like this is definitely worth it. I don't want to go into if I think that the price is worth it. I mean, this bottle right here ranges around, I think, $320 to $350. Now, I personally did not pay that for this, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know. You have to make the decision. I mean, it's so subjective to really say if I think this is worth that, because everyone is different. Everyone's perception of value is different. Everyone's affordability is different. That is the price point of this fragrance. And you can decide whether or not you feel like that's worth it for you. But again, like I said, I did not pay that amount for this bottle of Baccarat Rouge. Do I think this smell is popular or overrated? While it is very popular and a lot of people are obviously getting those dupes because they enjoy the smell, I don't personally think that it's overrated, because when I smell it, and as an owner of this scent, I do feel like it lives up to what the brand is, you know. But that is my opinion. That's my perception of it. I don't feel like it's overrated. Would I own it again? Let me not say would I buy it again. Would I own this again? Yes, I absolutely. Currently, this is one of my favorite fragrances. And I actually only own about 6 fragrances right now. So I don't have a ton of fragrances in my collection. But I say this all the time on my channel, that I'm all about quality over quantity. I don't believe that you need to have 55,000 fragrances in your collection in order to have a quality collection. Now, that is just me. I'm leaning more toward the minimalist side lately in my life, though. Like, I need less of a lot of things, but I do want them to be of high value and high quality, if that makes sense. So just to do a quick recap on my review of this fragrance, I give it a 10 out of 10 for the smell. I give it a 10 out of 10 for the aesthetic of the bottle, you know, for the brand itself, for the packaging. I do give it a 10 out of 10. As far as the longevity and the duration of the smell, I actually did give this one a 9 out of 10. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this is the type of fragrance that speaks for itself. I have heard some people say that men can wear this. I don't really know how accurate that is, but what I can say is I do enjoy some deeper smells myself, which some people would consider like cologne smells. I actually enjoy those and I have worn those myself. So, but either way, I thank you guys so much for watching this review, and comment below and let me know if you do wear the Baccarat Rouge 540, if you like it, or if you're thinking about purchasing it. Tell me where you are, if you're on the fence, whether you feel like it's not worth it, or if you have one of the dupes, let me know which one you have as well. Also, I want to invite you to check out a previous video on my channel, which is a review of some other fragrances that I have in my collection. I'm kind of giving you the breakdown on those and my take on them if you're looking for new fragrances to add to your collection. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be great on purpose, and I will see you in the very next video.